Video coverage of IT Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.
Hi, Peter Bernstein from IT Expo East in beautiful and warm Miami, and I am here talking about the future of the customer experience with Sajil Hussain, who's the Vice President of Marketing and Partner Development for CafeX. Tell us about CafeX.
Thank you. Thanks for having me over here. So CafeX is a software-based company. We were formed as a result of a spin-off from ThruPoint in October of last year. And our focus is delivering software solutions in the customer engagement space, customer engagement solutions. The idea is that we can have our software that's leveraged within mobile and web apps to deliver seamless, meaningful and consistent collaboration experiences between users and enterprises, whether they are remote expert agents or they are experts within the company. So we are seeing a lot of traction in the marketplace. We are engaged in 6 of the top 10 world banks. We have a number of deployments that are going live as well. So some tremendous excitement in the marketplace.
So let's talk about a little bit about why you guys are kind of new to the UC space. Let's talk a little bit about the problem that you saw, that you wanted to solve, and I know, because I follow you guys, that you've expressed the notion that the customer experience has been broken.
That's right.
So talk to me about what's broken and then talk to me about how you fix it.
So great. What we're seeing in the marketplace is that not only is the customer experience broken and fragmented, but also on the enterprise side, a lot of the communications infrastructure, a lot of the contact center infrastructure is aging. And the contact center is losing relevance in the enterprise. A lot of the enterprises are struggling on how to extend the communications and contact center infrastructure onto mobile and web applications. So that's happening on the enterprise side. On the consumer side, you and I have probably lived this a lot, where when we interact, when we have a question about a product or a service, we immediately go to a web app first, right? But we need live assistance, and when we do need live assistance, that's when we leave the app and go make a phone call. And then we go through what's known as IVR hell, which is voted as the most...
I think the industry jargon these days is they've lost context.
Exactly. So if you look at those kinds of scenarios where not only is the experience broken, it's fragmented, you either need to launch another soft client to just have a conversation with someone on the agent side, and then in the context is lost to that aspect. So this is where there's a big gap we see between the mobile world as well as the enterprise world. And that's really where we seeing the big gap and the opportunities that are out there from a B2C perspective. Our software solutions make it easy for enterprises to keep what they have from an infrastructure perspective and extend those capabilities so that now you can do seamless in-app communications. You can tap into the contact center, leverage the business logic that's there in the contact center, add value to what's already out there.
So you guys, you spoke at the WebRTC session here. Yep. Is it as disruptive as everybody thinks, number one? And number two, I happen to believe that it's coming faster than most people think.
Absolutely. In fact, this was one of the questions that was raised as well. I mean, think about it. Between Chrome and Firefox, that's about almost 1.5 billion browsers that are WebRTC capable today. And the numbers are just going to get more and more. Now, if you think about the ingress that's going to happen in the enterprise from a communication standpoint, that's massive. A lot of the customers that we deal with, they're not only focused on providing collaboration capabilities within the 4 walls, but now they're thinking about their end customers. And if each one of them is on a WebRTC-enabled endpoint, or a majority of them are on a WebRTC-enabled web point, they need to start thinking about solutions like that we provide that can help bridge that gap, right?
So one last one while I still have you here.
Yeah.
The relevancy of the contact center, I think, and I'd love your reaction, is actually growing because it's becoming the hub of big data analytics in terms of improving customer retention and the brand stewardship and all kinds of other things.
Right.
This plays a big role in that. What you guys do?
Absolutely, absolutely. And so when we look at contact center, that's where a lot of the business logic resides. It needs to extend into other channels. And so a lot of our platforms and our paradigm is extend that capability into these new channels as opposed to replicating or duplicating in other channels. So contact center is going to be more and more strategic if people start thinking that way.
Well, CafeX is a name that you need to mark on your bookmarks and take a peek. We're looking at the future of the contact center and customer experience improvement. Thanks a lot, and have a great show.
Thank you.
Video coverage of IT Expo is brought to you by Content Boost, the content marketing specialists. Amplify your sales today.